What's up? Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel. Thank you. So here I have a tweet from Helen McEntee, and let's be honest, if the sniffles didn't show you how out of control this Irish government are, if the open borders policy didn't show you how out of control this government are, this should absolutely show you how out of control this Irish government are. These are people that an awful lot of people out there now in Ireland feel like they didn't vote for, didn't want, and are now in positions like these, putting drastic bills like these through and voting for them to try and make nonsensical things like hate speech into law. This has drawn criticism around the world from top prominent figures. And not only that, it is drawing criticism from people here in the comments, which I think is fantastic. But what's also happening is people are starting to follow the money, and they are starting to look and see what sort of connections these people in politics have. Ireland is a very small country, you have to remember, and as such, it is very easy for people to find out what's going on. Now, I have asked previously about why do the people of Meath keep voting for this person? What's that about? Have you voted for this person? How does this person keep moving on? Because this whole nepotism angle that people try to keep going with, oh, we voted for it because of our dad, that's not an excuse anymore. This person is putting through drastic legislation that is going to affect everybody. Now, I know that there's the leftists that are out there that think this is a great thing because they've said as much online. They've said the likes of me being censored and silenced would be fantastic. But these people don't possess an IQ greater than 50. And they don't understand that this is going to be applicable to them also. I will also say that this should and will be applicable to government and the media, because there are more of us than there are of them. And if they want to go down this route of going about hate speech, well, you're going to have a very tough road ahead of you, because people are going to report you for calling them far right, when what they are nationalists, patriots, people that love Ireland and don't want to see it destroyed like it's currently being destroyed. Not only that, but you also have the pushing of nonsense that has been going on for the last couple of years. Government TDs, and I'm talking about all of them. Let's not forget the video that came out of Sinn Féin's Owen O'Brien when he was asked, what is a woman? He's not the only one that can't answer that question. All of these people now are linking themselves into that nonsense. Why is that? Well, it's because they have links to the forum, and they have links to wanting to have good ESG scores. Have a look into those and see what you think about those. This is definitely not a conspiracy. These things are all out in the open now. Multi-billion-dollar companies are out there following these ESG scores. Look at what Anheuser-Busch has just done. It's creating a massive problem for itself to please overlords. So this comes from the tweet from Helen McEntee, which we'll get into now in a moment. But Darren here, who has less views, as you will see, than Helen McEntee, 19.3k views, 283 likes, put this out. Now, I don't know about you, but when you start looking at things like this, well then, it makes it more clear as to why these people are moving in the direction that they are. You see, this doubtfire nonsense that they want to push out there and want to push upon not only adults but children too. This is a very lucrative market. If you don't believe me, have a look in to see what amount of money people stand to gain from one individual deciding that they are a doubtfire. It's astounding the amount of money that's there to be made. And that's what this is all about. It's all about money. It's all about power. It's all about, like Agent Smith from the Matrix, when he's deciding to just corrupt other members of the Matrix, a lot of NPCs, let's be fair, and just make them versions of himself. My new law and my hubby's big job in Big Pharma. Is it a coincidence that Helen McEntee is bringing in legislation that criminalises disagreement with doubtfire ideologies and sneaks in a new definition of gender, while her husband, Paul Hickey, works for pharma giant AbbVie, who just happened to sell puberty blockers? Now, isn't that a remarkable coincidence? So yes, There is no such thing as coincidence, as you have known over the last couple of years. Usually when you have a gut feeling about something and you feel that there's connections between certain people, you're generally right about that. Now, these are only allegations. Of course, it's allegedly speculatively, but I do find it very interesting that this guy, for example, has all of his stuff based up online, and it's very easily be identifiable, really, at this stage. So what you've got is Helen McEntee here in this tweet, and I just want to bring attention to this like I always do. 58.4k followers. Minister for Justice, TD Mead East. Mead, what are you doing? What's going on? How come none of you will stand up to this person? How come none of you will respectfully and peacefully speak to this individual and tell her how out of order she is? I mean, come on. We're getting to the point in time now where people in these areas should be letting these people in positions like these know how they feel. And I'm not talking about going and standing outside this person's house. I would disavow that and I wouldn't support and endorse that. But what I'm saying is, if this person's walking up about the town or walking in local areas, surely people are having a kind and respectful word with this woman and telling her what they think about what she's attempting to do. Now, I am being respectful and I am being kind and I am being decent when I say that, because it really boils my blood coming down to what they're trying to do here. They're essentially trying to take away the freedom of thought and freedom of expression from you and future generations, so that they will be hamstrung in their own country. It's despicable and disgusting. This is what happens when you decide not to push back about them taking the likes of your civil rights, your freedoms and your liberties over the sniffles. And then they were able to cast people aside then for the best part of a year because they didn't take something that was experimental from companies that have a long history of criminal behaviour. This is the repercussions of that. Because where is the law enforcement in this country? Why have they not raided anybody like this individual? Why are they not raiding her now with something that's so unconstitutional? This is against the Constitution. People think and talk about the Constitution as if it's nothing. It is enshrined for that very purpose, to keep the likes of her from doing something like this. We're the top legal professionals in this country. Why have they not all banded together and shut this down before it's gotten as far as it has? A lot of people will suggest, well, that's because of money. But where are all these people that are such noble people for the cause, little groups and all that? They're all gone. They're all on the missing list. Who's standing here? Patriots, nationalists. The individuals that the likes of the media like to call far right. I don't know about you, but certainly I'm thinking at this moment in time that a lot of these organisations that say that they are for human rights and all that, I think they're full of it. 100%. So what you have here is Helen McEntee with a large amount of followers. You've got STI Ireland, that's a bit fitting, isn't it really? Anyway, the Sunday Times has 21.1k followers. It has 1.9 million views, this tweet. Nearly 2 million views. And it has 192 likes. She's after getting swarmed in the comments. So this person likes to come out and talk to the media and say that she has the backing of everyone when it comes to this. No, she doesn't. That's why it's imperative that you message her kindly, respectfully and peacefully through her Oireachtas email that is available online, and tell her that you do not agree with this, because this individual is waffling over when it comes to these things. With this legislation, we are protecting those most vulnerable to hate crime and hate speech. This is absolute nonsense, it is. It's trying to put an added adage onto all of these things that happen in daily life. Crime is crime no matter what way you look at it. Trying to put an emotion behind it is absolutely nonsensical. Not only that then, but if they start with one emotion in hate, and I'm going to be honest with you when I say this, there are people out there that intensely dislike and hate me. That's their prerogative, that's up to them, and probably it's something I've done beforehand that makes them feel that way. I'm not going to change how they feel. You can do all of the little marches you can up and down the road about how great Ninja Night is, and people can say that too, but they are not going to change how they feel about me. It's never going to happen. So all of this stuff trying to restrict people, I'm telling you now, it's a very bad idea. It's a really, really bad idea. And all I explain on this channel is cause and effect, and all you're doing is you're winding more and more people up, and you're annoying them now at this stage. And respecting the very generous Irish tradition of live and let live. You see, what has happened in this country though for far too long with people like these in the positions that they are in is they have gotten away with far too much and have not been punished for crimes that they have committed. When is the last time a politician in this country has gone to jail? When is the last time a politician in this country has gone to jail for a considerable amount of time? How come individuals with sketchy past like Joe and his son were rocking around Ireland not too long ago, and now look what's going on with them? And it's like, oh, we didn't know. But guess what? People turned up to the Dáil on the weekend when your man turned up with his son and were running around as if the place was full. When it's coming to a normal day of debates and votes, they couldn't give a rat's. That's letting you know where these people are at. And Live and Let Live is something that has been pushed upon the Irish people for a very long time, but it's over now, and that's why these people are panicking. This is why they're hitting the panic button. This is a panic move and a panic measure. Why? Because they are seeing the growing movement of people saying, hang on here, I'm noticing what's going on. I'm noticing I'm becoming a minority in my own country. I'm noticing that I am at the behest of these people in trouble with the law if I start to notice these things. I know now that if I decide that I don't want to engage in medical tyranny, that these people aren't there to stand up for my rights. Instead, they're there to drive it into me and try and do as much as they can to try and turn people against you. These people, the very same people that are talking about hate speech and live and let live and all like that, are the same people that voted for you not to be going to a pub, a cinema, a restaurant or anywhere else because you wouldn't take something from a company that has long criminal histories. The hypocrisy is astounding, and that's what gets me. So you have 192 likes on 1.9 million views. You've got Toby here who does a super job on Twitter with the Twitter Spaces. 8,585 likes. 377 likes. He's at the ratio on her. He's at the getting more likes than a sitting TD. Look at Toby. Toby has 6,548 followers. Highly recommend that you follow him. But he's absolutely after doubling nearly what this woman has gotten. It's unreal, isn't it? Ivor Cummins is down here. Look at him. This guy has 213,000 followers. So it's a little bit different there. Way more than Helen. Well, why is that? It's because Ivor's been telling the truth for the last few years. With this legislation, we are protecting the new corporatocracy, the WEF, the UN and all other totalitarians, and respecting the oligarchy who fund us. My propaganda in today's rag. 4,991 views on that. Way less, but more likes. Michael Collin, the great satirical soldier, 58,300 followers, 71 likes in 6 hours, 1,075 angry messages of dissent, the mother of all ratios. This woman has gotten the biggest L I've ever seen on Twitter, considering she's a politician. And people like to talk about Joe in America. Look at this, 21 likes he's after getting there, after doing a phenomenal job. Ashton O'Connell here. No, you aren't. You're trying to silence speech you consider dissent. The Irish must toe the line, agree with government policy, agree with having their country flooded with thousands of single Islamic males, and say nothing when their friends and family members are attacked by them. Lost Tibby, 668,000 views, 80 likes. Helen, it's blatantly obvious you don't have majority support. In fact, your position is fringe and extreme. Bin the bill and admit defeat gracefully. You see, these people won't admit defeat. What they will do is they will keep driving this on no matter how silly it is. And then what will happen is, and as they are attempting to do now, they're attempting to do a little U-turn. They're trying to say, well, this seems a bit extreme, guys. I think we need to tone it down. No, get rid of it altogether. This shouldn't have any place whatsoever in this country, nor any civilized democracy. These people in this government would have criticised Saddam Hussein for similar actions. They would have criticised Fidel Castro for similar actions. They would criticise anybody around the world now today, like Viktor Orban, for example, like Donald Trump, maybe even Ron DeSantis. They're probably even talking about a certain Kennedy fella now in the same sort of way. They would criticise these guys, no problem. You had Leo Varadkar likening Putin to a fella who ran Germany in the 1930s. Now, I don't know about you, but there's certainly an old speech that's running around out there with him from 1930s Germany saying things about freedom and how they have to limit things. I don't know about you, but that seemed very familiar as to been what's been going on recently. You've got Green Party Pauline O'Reilly saying similar things. We live in a country that is totally and utterly upside down. And it is upside down because we have clowns running this circus. When you decide to entertain jesters, don't be surprised when jesters start to try and entertain you. Because this is what these people are. And like I said before, people like this individual and others that are drawing up such ludicrous bills will be better off playing with crayons than they would with trying to be playing with laws. It's an absolute disgrace and disservice to this country that people like this have assumed positions like they have. And this woman, let's not forget, and I'm just going to bring it back to the point again, is only in the position that she's in because people gave her a sympathy vote over her old fella. That's what she's there for. So now, it comes to this point in time when I ask the fine people of Meath, get this person in the next election out of the seat that she's in, respectfully, peacefully, lawfully, and replace her with a based patriot. That's exactly what we need now in this country, and what needs to be coming from Meath. Have a look around Meath. You need to find a base patriot that's going to rise up and is going to take that seat and undo this nonsense. It's doable, and anybody that's out there that think this is the end of times, I'm telling you what, I'm sitting here with my popcorn looking at stupidity like this and saying, keep going, keep doing stupid things, because it's just waking more and more people up. And that's why I'll keep doing videos like this. So what do you think about that? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads, and check out the links posted in the description down below to support the channel, and I'll talk to you later.